Hi everybody, I'm Sharon.
And I'm Rick.
And we're from Cargo On. Today we are going to be talking about why we think smaller is better.
Now you know why we hooked up. Hi, I'm Rick.
And I'm Sharon.
And we are Cargo On.
Cargo Conversion Building Camp. Alright, so the first one is cost. It's going to cost less because it's smaller and we're going to save money.
Right, and along with the costing less, one of the reasons is that the smaller units don't have every single bell and whistle that's available generally. And so hand in hand with costing less initially, there's also the aspect of less expense and less time involved in maintenance because you don't have so many systems to maintain.
A smaller camper obviously is going to cost less to tow it.
One of the things with smaller in size is they're generally a little easier to tow, a little easier to maneuver in traffic, and
we don't even know we're towing half the time.
Yeah, when I pull my trailer with my van, I don't know that it's back there.
Now, Dora was a different story when we went to Florida.
Yeah, there were moments.
If a camper is lighter, it should be less wear and tear, and I guess therefore maintenance and expense overall on the tow vehicle.
That's true. I mean, you know, when you're pulling weight, the engine wear is increased by the more weight and resistance it is to starting out, accelerating, etc. Also, when you're braking it, it takes more braking power to slow down a heavier vehicle, unless, of course, the vehicle, if you've got a dual axle trailer that has brakes on the trailer, you're all right. But like my 6x12, there's no trailer brakes. Everything is braked by the vehicle is pulling it. So they're easier to park because of the size. Yeah, it in reality is generally easier to maneuver into a parking place and park it. The other thing though is that if you've got an extremely short trailer, backing up, the trailer tends to want to jackknife real quickly. So you really have to be on top of your game when you're backing up into a parking space with a trailer that has a shorter distance between the tow hitch and the axle.
7, I like this one. Easier to clean. It's small, so of course there's not as much surface area. There's not as much places to put things or things that all the nooks and crannies that have to be cleaned. We just hardly have any in there. So
I can't even comment about that because we only had our trailer a little bit over a year and a half. We ain't cleaned it yet, you know.
That is not true.
Just kidding.
Although it needs a good cleaning now.
Yeah, it's been sitting over the winter.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because we haven't camped since September.
That's right.
But we're getting ready soon.
Easier to store. We park it in the yard. It doesn't take up a tremendous amount of space. I leave it out in the yard, and I leave it plugged in so that the refrigerator runs and keeps it active, because I think that particularly unplugging this stuff and leaving it dormant in freezing weather is not a good idea, although I haven't kept any heat in it. So we're getting some nice weather now. I'm going to probably go out there and open up some windows and air it out. And
Number 9, it's easier to find a camping spot. So a lot of times we could probably fit in a tent spot. We don't need a big 40-foot spot, especially if he unhooks the van from the trailer, which is only what?
Overall with the tongue is about 15 feet.
Okay, so we definitely fit in smaller places and therefore have an easier time finding spots. And this one is so important. I'm going to let you take it, but this is super duper important.
This is not one of my major reasons for going smaller, but it'll usually fit underneath of the crossbar on the drive-in window at McDonald's.
Or Burger, or wherever you're going.
Wherever, so that, you know, with this COVID, when they were shutting down the dining rooms and you only had the option of going through a drive-through, there were some that were a little bit on the low side going through, particularly if we had the boats on the roof of the trailer.
Yeah, and what would they do if you had a bigger, higher trailer?
Well,
have
if
to
I had one
walk
of those,
through?
I had one of those fifth wheels, I'd be reluctant
I don't think they
to
go
take
through
that thing anywhere unless I had a lead vehicle ahead of me with a pole on it
Yeah.
to make sure I had the clearance.
And I love the fifth wheels, okay? But man, they are big.
Yeah,
okay?
some of them were like practically 2 stories.
Yeah, they was just too big for me. I like smaller. I could see how people can full-time in a fifth wheel. To me, it looked like a small apartment. And some of the bathrooms were huge in the places we were in.
Yeah, I mean, they had shower stalls that were big enough for 3 people.
OMG, did he really just say that?
So anyway,
Just saying.
Okay, drop the soap and step out of the shower. Well, I'll have you know, folks, this is a fine family camping establishment here.
this is a PG channel.
Oh, okay.
Here's the thing. We have about, 72 square feet.
Well, the whole trailer for the 6x12 is 72. We're actually more like 65 square feet in the box because we got a false wall in the back.
When we get the bed open, there's not a lot of room.
There's no dancing in there.
No, there is no dancing. We only have 72 square feet, granted, but we are hardly ever in the camper when we're camping.
Right, and we bought one of those quick pop-up canopies. It's a 10 by 10 straight leg, so it's a full 10 by 10. Anyway, we got that, and we've got some side panels for it, so we put that up against the side of the trailer and
It's like a
add the
room.
side panels. It's practically like an extra room. And looking at buying the side panels that we have are more just for privacy, but they're not like a tent wall. They do make a tent wall set up for that we could actually kind of fully enclose that like a tent. We could put heat in there if we needed to.
We don't cook inside and we don't eat inside. Now we can, okay, but if we do that, it's usually something really quick and we'll nuke something in the microwave because we do have.
Yeah.
Now, if we had a rainy weekend, you could be in there for a little bit squished. I don't think I could live in there for a week squished in there. Overall, we're real happy with the mini camper.
Been a tent camper most of my life anyway. And at one point I had 13 different tents when I was a scout leader. Everything from backpacking tents, bivouac tents, up to 3-room 12 by 20s. But even with the biggest tent that I owned, you still didn't hang out inside of it all the time. You go on a camping trip, you're in there to sleep. You're in there to get out of the rain if you need to for an hour or so. But other than that, you're outside of the tent, you're at the picnic table, you're cooking, you're sitting around in camp chairs around a campfire chatting and whatnot. And that's the same way we camp using the trailer. It's primarily just there for sleeping. And in this day and age, one of the upsides of having the trailer as opposed to tent camping nowadays is that you can lock it up when you're not around and it's secure and you don't have to worry about somebody coming in and pilfering from you or animals getting into it. I remember years ago camping at Chincoteague or down at Assateague with the Boy Scouts, and horses came into a tent that we had used for our pantry, stuck their heads right through the mosquito net, bit into a styrofoam ice chest, and stole a bag of carrots out of there, You guys are going to get in trouble.
That is our 10 reasons that we prefer the smaller is better. Now, that being said, okay, I don't know if we're going out west because even with the gas prices, even if we
left the trailer at home and converted the van and did van and tent camping the whole time, we don't know what gas prices are going to be. If they go up to $6-7 a gallon, and God forbid that this war doesn't end soon or that it actually escalates and involves more countries, then the sky's the limit on what it's going to cost to try and exist anymore.
So I think we're probably going to be staying local, but we'll see. But regardless, we've got the smaller camper. We're good with that, and it works for us. And I think that's the most important thing. Of course, if you have kids, you're not going to be staying in a 6x12 camper, most likely. That would be kind of rough. But with the two of us, like I said, because we're outside most of the time, we're in the camper to sleep basically, and that's it. So
But, you know, kids sleep in the van, but they could use the trailer to watch TV or whatever in the evening if they wanted to. Everything else was the van. Let the kids sleep in the van. We can still, you know, keep the trailer for ourselves, and the kids sleep in the van, but they could use the trailer to watch TV or whatever in the evening.
Some people are probably going to be envying us with our little trailer because it's going to be so much cheaper in gas to tow. Because I can't imagine what those bills are to fill that tank up on some of those vehicles. So for you people who have fifth wheels, I want to know, can you fit under the drive-thrus in the McDonald's, Burger King, all that?
You know darn well they can't.
I don't think they can, but they have to. Somebody has to have high enough things that they can. Who knows? So anyway, put it below in the comments. Let us know if you can fit under the drive-through bar, whatever you call it, at McDonald's. Hey guys, so we have so many videos. We have over 100 videos. So most of the B-roll in this video is from other videos. So I'm going to put at the end here some of those videos. I'll be able to link some up in the top. You'll see that little eye. You can click on them. And be sure to check out the description in each video. You'll be able to see more links to other videos. We also have information in there about our store. If you want to buy any merchandise that you could check out there, we have some cool shirts. But be sure to check that out. Thank you so much. That's a wrap, everyone. You know what to do if you like this video.
You all come back now, you hear?